Hello and welcome to NewsX Auto. My name is Shiraz and that's the Lexus LX500d. And since there are already tons of videos of this vehicle, I would not get into the redundant information, stuff that you already know. Alright, so I would try to focus on those things which you do not know. Okay, in fact, a few things which brochure readers masquerading as reviewers have incorrectly told you in their videos. All right, so first of all, and of course, since this is a review, I will briefly touch upon the regular review stuff. But first, the biggest blunder that every Indian auto reviewer has made in his review of this vehicle is that they have all of them have said that this gets air suspension. No, this does not get air suspension. This has hydraulic suspension. I mean, come on. See, any reviewer with even basic knowledge would be able to just look at that suspension and say, oh, you know what, coil springs? Yes, it does not have air suspension. All right, so that's number one. Now let me quickly talk about the regular stuff as well. All right, see, I'll tell you what, of course all the seats are amazingly comfortable. All right, you have and of course you have all the amenities that you expect from such a vehicle. You have 4-zone climate control and ventilated, cooled, heated seats, of course, except for this portion. And the AC is amazing. Okay, the climate control is amazing. You would have zero complaints whatsoever as far as comfort is concerned. The only thing is, every competitor at this price just does it better. All right, but you will feel that much more special in those vehicles. However, when you spend an equal amount of time in each vehicle in this category, you would say that I am as comfortable in this one as I am in any other vehicle in its segment. All right, so no compromises on comfort. It's just that the competition makes you feel a bit more special. It's as simple as that. Now let's get in the main seats of the house. And please note that I have raised the suspension to its highest, and even at its lowest you have to use the footboard and this to climb inside. It's too hot, so let me quickly start it. Of course I've started it, and okay, before I start driving, let me quickly tell you a couple of things. See, again, the seats are supremely comfortable. All right, and this is the most ergonomically sorted interior, okay, of any vehicle in this segment. See, normally you would see that all of the vehicles in this segment would have all these controls buried into the touchscreen. Okay, there are hardly any physical buttons and switches. This one has, okay, and this is how it should be, and it's not cluttered. Okay, everything is neatly laid out. You know exactly which button is for what. And see, I mean, you have even a volume control, which of course doubles up as the power. And of course you do have the volume control here as well, but this is more natural. All right, this should be there in every vehicle. All right, and I really love the positioning of this engine start stop button. All right, and like I said, that at the cost of repetition, everything is very neatly placed. This is how it should really be. Okay, now again, something that the herd mentality reviewers would have told you. They say that, oh, you know what, the cluster is dated. No, okay, for touchscreen lovers, this is the section that they should be concentrating on. This is the real deal. See, when you're stuck in Death Valley, okay, or in Antarctica, all right, or in even places like Churu in India, you would want these gauges. All right, this tells you the engine oil temperature, this tells you the coolant temperature, okay, the fuel level, the battery voltage. This is the information that you need, and of course every other information, you know, you'll find it here. So Lexus, do not listen to those brochure readers. Please keep this as it is, okay? We do not want, like, you know, television screens running across the dashboard. All right, we do not want that in Toyotas and Lexus. Please stick to this layout. This is beautiful. All right, and okay, now before I start driving, let me quickly show you the drive modes. Okay, so on road, driving modes would be eco, all right, comfort, normal, sport plus, sport S plus, and custom. All right, and what does custom entail? You go to settings, then vehicle customize. All right, custom drive mode, powertrain, suspension, steering, air conditioning. Powertrain, you have options of power, normal, eco. All right, suspension, sport, normal, comfort. Steering, sport or normal. Air conditioning, eco, normal. All right, this is what you can do. And I'll tell you what, you do not need, you know, any of these. Just drive around, okay? And this does not need sport S plus, okay? It could have done with like eco, comfort, and normal. All right, or perhaps just one sport, okay? Put it in comfort, even in eco, even in normal mode. Okay, this is absolutely fantastic. I would recommend comfort, because every setting is in the comfort mode, guaranteed to give you loads of comfort. All right, while I have let's drive now, okay? And when I'll talk about off-road, then I'll stop and tell you more about the off-road features. All right, okay, I'll be talking about the NVH levels. Okay, you would know that of course the vehicle is start, okay, and you would know that this is an internal combustion engine, okay, even at idle, okay, which is what, 600 rpm. I can bet on it that 8 out of 10 people would not know it's a diesel. They would say it could be a petrol, it could be a diesel. The point is that there are zero vibrations, okay? You can hear the engine, okay, but it's not unpleasant at all, okay? I also would like to tell you that the only scope of improvement in the front seat, essentially the driver's seat, would be that I wanted at least an inch more of vertical adjustment, okay? I'm just 5'1", okay, my inseam is 27 inches. Now of course the leg reach is not a problem, but the moment I took delivery of this vehicle, delivery as in I did not buy it, I mean to say when the Lexus driver comes and hands over the vehicle to you, when I sat in it, I was like, okay, you know what, this is the maximum. I just wanted it to go higher a bit more. However, you get accustomed to it. Like I got accustomed to it in I would say like what, half an hour, 45 minutes. I was like, okay, you know what, see, when you're driving a media car, okay, and if you have a sensible head on your shoulders, okay, if you're a responsible person, all right, then irrespective of how many years of driving experience you have, like I've been driving for over like 2.5 decades. Since you have that sense of responsibility, you would be cautious. So you would be like, okay, you know what, I really need to make sure that in the last 11 years I haven't scratched a media unit even once, okay, I need to be even more careful with this one. And then of course, so you first take it easy, very carefully, all right, and then your confidence builds up. So yes, having said that, Lexus can do with just an inch more vertical adjustment, again at the cost of repetition. It's not an issue. even if you are somewhere around my height, you would be easily able to navigate this. See, the outward visibility is actually excellent. All right, like I said, that it's just your mental block or your perhaps your overcautious nature that would make you a bit nervous initially. Okay, if you are someone with a thick skin, or a fool, you might not feel that. I would still recommend you to be cautious about things, especially when they are not yours. Okay, now talking about, yes, so it is not a difficult vehicle to drive, and the moment you start driving, this camera would turn on and it would stay on up to speeds of 11-12 kilometers per hour. Okay, and it's not only when you start, when you slow down. Okay, say for example, and when would you slow down? Okay, you would slow down in traffic. See, 10, 11, 12, and yes, at 12. Okay, you would slow down in traffic. Okay, you would slow down on speed humps. All right, and then you would want that such a big vehicle, I should know what's going on around my vehicle. All right, especially on the left hand side, okay, and at the rear as well. Okay, so say now let me show it to you. So the moment it would come below 12, yes, check surroundings for safety. See, of course, this is the front view. All right, it is not showing you what's happening at the rear, but here you'll get a good idea, you'll get a good 360-degree view, okay, of what's happening on your left, on your right, and at the rear as well, at the front as well, and of course you have crystal clear view of the front here. So now what? Let's start with performance. See, Lexus claims a 0 to 100 run of 8 seconds. I managed an 8.7, which is great for such a big house on wheels. But you would not buy such vehicles for drag races. You buy such a vehicle for crossing continents in sheer luxury, sheer comfort. All right, and your comfort depends, in these journeys, your comfort would depend upon three things. One, the seat comfort, of course, which is, like I said, you would have absolutely zero complaints. The in-cabin comfort, which again is dependent upon ride quality, but I'll talk about that. And of course, the air conditioning, which I already told you that is amazing. Okay, and so that would be the in-cabin comfort. Okay, second thing, again, the in-cabin comfort is dependent upon it. See, overall, like I said, overall your comfort is dependent upon these things, right? So the second thing would be ride quality. My God, this is amazing. All right, and I'm not exaggerating one bit, and that's despite those 22-inch wheels, and they have like relatively low profile rubber. All right, despite that, the ride quality is astounding. Okay, I have made a separate off-road video, please check that, and I'll tell you that I'm the only auto journalist in India who has properly taken it off-road. When I say properly, I mean, in real world conditions, unpredictable, continually changing, all right, unfamiliar territory. Okay, as against going to those off-road, man-made off-road tracks with curated obstacles. So, and this performed flawlessly. Even off-road, of course, this transforms completely. Okay, once you have driven this, you would not want any other vehicle in this segment, I can guarantee you that. even the on-road behavior. Okay, I was saying about your comfort in long journeys. Okay, it's phenomenal. The ride quality is brilliant on all surfaces. All right, and you can keep it in any mode you want. Like I said, I think I already did tell you that, you know, keep it in eco, normal or comfort and you will be sorted. The third thing is you know, how stressed or not the engine is. Guys, this does 100 kilometers, okay, in top gear. Of course, you know, I'm talking about cruising. Okay, 100 kilometers per hour in top gear, which is the 10th gear. All right, comes up in just 40. That's Anil guy. Hi guy. Okay, so yes, I was saying that you want to cruise at 100 kilometers per hour, that would come at just 1400 rpm, and at that point 11 out of 10 people all right, would not be able to tell that it's a diesel. The cabin is beautifully quiet. In fact, it's beautifully quiet even at 120. You know, that's you know, the RPM you're watching it you know, on your screen right now. I've made a separate video on that. Okay, so yes, endless miles, you can cruise comfortably with your family. You would not be tired. And you know, like I said, this is why you buy this vehicle. All right, now it's a bit of a drinker. Okay, in city expect 6 to 8 kilometers to a liter. On highways, if you're keeping at 100, 110, 120, you will certainly get above 10. Okay, you can get 11, 12, maybe even 13. Okay, and if it's, you know, a Lucknow expressway 300 kilometers, you're driving at 100 kilometers per hour in a disciplined manner, you might even see 14, 15. Okay, but realistically 6 to 8 is the city fuel efficiency average figure, and 10, 11 would be the highway figure. All right, see, if you have the money to buy this kind of a vehicle, you would not bother about fuel efficiency, but it's my job to tell you about it. Okay, what else? Of course, the headlights are brilliant, and everything is great about this car. All right, and oh yes, let me quickly, you know, tell you about its off-road features, and then we'll conclude the video. All right, let me put into park. See, first off, okay, this is a permanent four-wheel drive vehicle. Okay, and that is why it says L4, that is low range. H4, there is no two-wheel drive mode as such. Okay, it's a permanent four-wheel drive vehicle, so it's always in high 4, H4. All right, now we'll go step by step. Okay, this is downhill assist control, crawl control. I made a separate video on that, you can take a look. Okay, these are the drive modes for, these are basically on-road drive modes, which I've talked about. Okay, this is multi-terrain select. Okay, now this is where your off-road hardware and software starts. Okay, so MTS will give you 5 modes: auto, dirt, sand, mud and deep snow. In deep snow, mud and sand, okay, the height would be fully raised. Okay, and the moment you bring it to dirt, it will go one step lower to H1. All right, and same in auto as well. Okay, if you bring it back to sand, mud or deep snow, it will take you to the maximum height. I'll tell you what, for almost, and I'm not talking about like, you know, pussyfooting, or I'm not talking about, you know, just rough road driving. I'm talking about proper off-roading. You know, these deep snow, mud, sand, okay, these modes, any of these modes will take care of over 90% of your off-roading. Okay, if you want to attempt even I would say the most hardest obstacles. Then you have, okay, 4 low, okay, which gives you 4 modes again: auto, sand, mud and rock. In all the modes, the height remains fully extended, okay, at its highest, H2. And you also have a locking center diff, okay, so you of course have a center differential which you can lock. All right, trust me, you would rarely need this. You would rarely need 4x4 low. All right, so yeah, and do check that video, and it will give you a good idea about how invincible this vehicle is. Okay, and guys, that was my review of the Lexus LX500d. See, this was launched last year if I'm not wrong, and 50 units were allocated to India, and apparently it took just 2 weeks to sell all of those. Okay, yes, this cost 3.3 crores on road in Delhi, and 50 units got sold off in less than 2 weeks apparently. And the next lot, okay, you can check with your Lexus dealer, and I'm sure the moment they announce it, all the vehicles would be lapped up in a jiffy, and people buy this or the Land Cruiser, Toyota Land Cruiser, because they know that these are the most reliable vehicles in this segment. Okay, and in fact, when Toyota and Lexus, they say that there are a number of off-road vehicles in the world, that will take you to those inhospitable places, okay, middle of nowhere. Even these will do that. However, the difference between the Lexus LX, basically it's Lexus's Land Cruiser, okay, the Lexus LX and the Toyota Land Cruiser, is that these vehicles will get you back from there as well. Okay, that's what they say, that these vehicles will bring you back alive. And I'll tell you what, after driving it on the road and off the road, especially off the road, okay, I can confidently put a stamp on that statement. My money, all right, if I have this kind of money, I would either buy this or the Land Cruiser, all right, and not a Range Rover, not a Mercedes GLS or a Maybach. I pronounce it as Maybach because Maybach sounds like Anil Kapoor from the 90s. Okay, my money would go on this or on the Land Cruiser. Okay, in fact, speaking of which, this height adjustable feature, okay, the Lexus has it, the Land Cruiser doesn't. All right, so yes, I might choose this over the Land Cruiser if I win the lottery. So guys, this was my review. Please do hit that like button, do subscribe if you haven't already, and do leave a comment and let me know if you have any questions. And even if you do not have a question, just let me know if you like the video, and even a one-word comment would be nice. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon in the next one. Bye bye.